Konnichiwa, I'm Usagi, the cyber kunoichi. When people ask about the best katana fights in Hollywood, The Last Samurai is always up there, no question. But if you want to see something truly elite, I can't recommend American Samurai enough. The technical depth in that movie is on a whole different level. And check out the Japanese title, Battle Master USA Samurai Legend. Can you believe it? With a title that cheesy, you'd never guess that. The actual swordplay is some of the most technical and disciplined ever put on film. If we're talking about American Samurai, we're talking about the absolute peak of the Canon Films era's martial arts purity. You're spot on. The kenjutsu in this movie isn't just good for Hollywood. It's a masterclass in kinetic choreography. Anyone who scoffs at Canon Films as just B-movie trash needs to sit down and watch the draw speed in this film before they open their mouth. This is the pinnacle of overcoming a low budget with pure technique and grit. It's cinema in its rawest form. What people don't get is the raw intensity of Mark Dacascos. As Kenjiro, he didn't just swing a sword, he was the blade. His form, that cold-blooded precision. It puts modern CGI-heavy fights to shame. Look at Mark Dacascos' predator stare. He's projecting actual Satsu Jinken murderous sword intent through the screen. He's not acting, he's hunting. And David Bradley? He might be the American hero, but he truly embodied the spirit of Bushido. He didn't just play a samurai, he lived the discipline. And the fight choreography by Dion Lam, who later worked on The Matrix and Spider-Man 2, is exactly why those scenes feel so grounded yet explosive. It's that rare moment where 90s B-movie grit met genuine martial arts mastery. It's brutal, it's bloody, and it's a visual symphony of steel. First, look at the Ma'ai, engagement distance. Most Hollywood movies have actors swinging wildly from a mile away, but here the spacing is claustrophobic and lethal. They use Seme pressure perfectly. There's that tension before the strike, where you can actually feel the psychological battle. When Mark Dacascos executes a Nukitsuke draw and strike, it's a fluid, singular motion. His hips lead the movement, which is the hallmark of actual kenjutsu, not just stage combat. And the choreography doesn't ignore the geometry of the blade. You see actual parries where the sword's shinogi, the side ridge, is used to deflect, followed by immediate countercuts. This will be on the test. Using the shinogi to deflect? Even most Japanese period dramas forget that detail. They parry with the flat or the spine to save the edge. That tiny detail alone is enough to make a nerd like me weep with joy. You don't need a blade to kill an otaku. Just give me accurate historical combat mechanics. The variety of styles is also impressive in this film. You see the contrast between the disciplined, orthodox Koryu-style movements of the protagonists and the chaotic, brutal styles of the mercenaries. It highlights the purity of the samurai steel against the world's madness. It's a love letter to the lethality of the katana, filmed with the kind of wide angles that let you appreciate the footwork, the suriashi, that most directors are too lazy to capture. The genius of American Samurai lies in its brutal melting pot of violence. It takes the classic bloodsport formula and sharpens it with cold steel. We're not just watching a kendo match, we're watching a lethal cross-cultural collision. You've got everything from a brutish Viking swinging a massive broadsword to fighters wielding Chinese Dao, twin daggers and stuff. It's a tactical nightmare for a samurai. The choreography forces David Bradley to adapt his precise kenjutsu to counter the unpredictable, raw power of these barbarian styles. This everything but the kitchen sink vibe is the most addictive part of 90s straight-to-video gold. And let's talk about the underground arena atmosphere. It's grimy, sweat-soaked and lawless. Unlike the formal dojo at the start of the film, this is a meat grinder. The non-samurai fighters bring a kill or be killed pragmatism. They use dirt, They use the environment, and they don't care about honor. It makes the protagonist's struggle to maintain his samurai discipline so much more compelling. It's the ultimate style versus style experiment. To understand why the kenjutsu in American Samurai feels so visceral and authentic, you have to look at the influence of its action director, Dion Lam. While he later became a global legend for his work on The Matrix, his contribution here was revolutionary for a 90s Western production. While Rocky McDonald is officially credited as the stunt and fight coordinator, having a Hong Kong veteran like Dion Lam on set changed the entire DNA of the action. He prioritized the snap of the blade, that lightning-fast acceleration from a standstill, which is the hardest thing to fake in kenjutsu. Dion Lam brought that signature Hong Kong snap to the heavy Japanese steel. It's a marriage of speed and weight that is borderline miraculous. He's the secret sauce that turned this B-movie into a cult legend. Under Lam's guidance, you'll notice that the fights focused on tight, economical movements. The fighters don't take massive cinematic swings that leave them exposed. Instead, they use short, lethal thrusts and parries that stay close to the center line. This is a core principle of real sword combat. Furthermore, Lam utilized wide-angle framing to capture the full body mechanics. He didn't hide the actors behind shaky cams or rapid cuts. Because both Mark Dacascos and David Bradley had legitimate martial arts backgrounds, Lam could choreograph long, complex exchanges that showed off their footwork, ashi sabaki, and their ability to maintain zanshin lingering awareness after a strike. It's that combination of Hong Kong's kinetic energy and a deep respect for the lethal geometry of the katana that makes these scenes stand the test of time. And the fight scenes in this movie show complex weapon interactions. Instead of just hitting swords together, you see intricate parries, traps, and weight shifts that are characteristic of high-level Chinese and Japanese martial arts. Dion Lam essentially acted as a technical bridge, elevating the performance of David Bradley and Mark Dacascos by demanding a level of speed and precision that was far ahead of its time for a Western action movie. There's another reason the swordplay in American Samurai reaches such a high level, is the collision of two very different, yet equally elite martial arts resumes. David Bradley, the stoic power of Shotokan. Bradley isn't just an actor who learned karate, he is a high-ranking black belt in Shotokan Karate. This discipline is famous for its one strike, one kill philosophy, emphasizing deep stances, linear power, and explosive speed. In the film, you see this in his kamae posture. He holds the katana with the stability of a mountain. His cuts are direct and powerful, reflecting the Iken Hisatsu spirit of karate. He doesn't need to move much because his timing is precise. He brings a traditional, orthodox weight to the samurai role that makes the technique feel ancient and grounded. Mark Dacascos, the fluid chaos of Wun Hop Kuen Do. On the other side, Dacascos was raised in Wun Hop Kuen Do, a system created by his father that blends kung fu, kempo, and eskrima. This gave him a multi-dimensional fluidity. Unlike Bradley's linear power, Dacascos moves in circles and angles. He treats the katana not just as a heavy blade, but as an extension of his lightning-fast reflexes. His career as a world-class martial arts champion in the 80s meant he brought athletic arrogance to the character of Kenjiro, a man who knows he is faster than everyone else. The way they grip their blades, the precision in their footwork, the lethal stillness in their eyes. It's incredibly rare to see. Actual samurai discipline in a Hollywood production, that authenticity is exactly why this film remains one of my absolute favorite martial arts movies of all time. Arigato for watching. Matane.